Are you a podcaster? Maybe you've got that big idea and you're looking for a network to join. The multi-award-winning Ozcast Network can get your content to eyes and ears all over the world. Join now for the first month free, and you could be featuring this sound at the beginning of your podcast.
Ozcast.
Simply head to ozcastnetwork.com for details.
Looking to buy a home but not sure where to start? Start with HomeStart.
Yes, Adelaide, every Tuesday we're going to be joined by Andrew from HomeStart to help our listeners take the first steps into breaking into the property market and start their journey with HomeStart. Firstly, Andrew, welcome to the show. Have you got a favourite Fresh song, mate?
I sure do have a favourite Fresh song. It's Dress Code by Malpi.
Ooh.
Not a bad one. Is there a reason behind doing dress code?
Well, as you know, at HomeStart, it's all about making home ownership a reality for more people in more ways. And one of the best things you can do when you own your own home is you set the dress code.
Yeah. Oh, what's it like in your house? Are you saying tuxedos only?
Absolutely.
Top
Yeah.
hats?
You've been.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what it's like.
It was a good party. Thanks for the invite.
So, Andrew, what is your role at HomeStart?
So I'm the Chief Executive Officer at HomeStart. So my role is to lead the team and make sure that HomeStart can deliver the most value for South Australians in creating home ownership opportunities. I love the organisation and I love what we do. We've been doing it for a long time in South Australia and helped tens of thousands of South Australians to buy their own home.
Before we start, can we talk a little bit about how HomeStart began?
Yeah, so HomeStart's been around since 1989. We're nearly 35 years old, so well into adulthood.
Yeah.
We're part of the South Australian government and we exist to create home ownership opportunities for South Australians.
Yep.
So we've helped over 85,000 South Australians buy their home in that time, which is a huge amount of people when you think about it.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic to run into people through any walk of life who've had help from HomeStart to buy their home over the course of that time.
Andrew, being two fairly young blokes, we're not very well developed into the housing market at all. HomeStart, it believes that all South Australians should have the opportunity to own their home, right? Yeah. But most of us, we're not really sure where to start or where to look. How does HomeStart help? And can you please talk us through some of the loans that are available to us?
Let's start with the idea of home ownership in the first instance and what stops people from getting into a home of their own in the first place. We know there's three things that really get in the way of that. One of those is the sheer buying power you need to get into the market. HomeStart has some great loan options that can help you increase your buying power in the market, increase your budget, and give you more to work with so you've got more choice in the market. The second thing is we know it takes a long time to save up to buy a home.
Yep.
You've got a deposit, you've got costs, and we've got products that can help overcome some of those costs and reduce the time it takes to save the deposit. Things like our starter loan, for example. And the third thing, we know, particularly for you guys, that just knowing where to start is a really big problem too.
Yeah.
So HomeStart's website, homestart.com.au, has got some great tools to help you get started on the journey of home ownership.
So what's the biggest demographic that you see come to HomeStart for advice? Is it a lot of young people like me and Tom, or do you get people in their 30s, 40s that are still struggling?
It's incredible. We get a huge range of people from across the community coming in. We get people who are young like you two. We get first home buyers. We get people in their 30s and 40s who want to re-enter home ownership and make another go at it as well.
Amazing. As I'm sure we're all aware, it feels like property market just gets more and more difficult to break into, and the idea of purchasing a home more and more overwhelming for the everyday South Australian. What different ways can HomeStart help home buyers make their dreams become reality?
Yeah, look, I'll give you two options to start with. First of all, we've got something called the graduate loan. The graduate loan lets you buy a home with a 2% deposit.
Okay.
So what's the usual deposit? What has it been in the past few years if you weren't to be with HomeStart?
If you weren't with HomeStart, you might be able to get away with a 5% deposit from a bank.
Jeez.
If you can get through the bank in the first place. You've also got to come up with what they call lender's mortgage insurance. Now, that sounds a bit strange, but it could be in the order of $10,000, $15,000 extra that you've got to come up with. Now, with HomeStart, we don't charge you that. So it's just a 2% deposit plus all your normal fees and charges and stamp duties and the like. So that's a huge saving in terms of what you need to come up with at the start.
Yeah, so apart from graduate loans, are there any other options?
Yeah, another great option that we're seeing that's really popular over the last couple of years has been what we call the shared equity option.
So, Andrew, I'm not super well versed on what shared equity is. Can you explain that a little bit more?
Yeah, sure. So shared equity has been really popular with our borrowers over the last couple of years, and around 1 in 3 of our customers are using shared equity right now. And the way it works is actually really simple. How shared equity works is, let's say you're eligible for a HomeStart home loan of $400,000.
Yep.
And the house that you need that actually fits your needs and your life is $500,000. Well, shared equity, in addition to your HomeStart loan, will cover that extra $100,000 difference between the two. And in exchange for providing you with a shared equity, HomeStart will take around 20% of the capital gain or loss when you sell the property at the end. You still have to make the repayments on your standard HomeStart loan as well.
Yeah.
So the great thing about shared equity is it puts the market in your reach. It does that by lifting your buying power without increasing your monthly repayments.
Wow, it seems too good to be true.
It makes a big difference.
Yeah, definitely.
And when you think about that, it's really what HomeStart is here to do. We're here to create opportunities for South Australians that other people can't do.
Amazing. Hey, thank you so much for joining us, Andrew. Like we said, he'll be here every Tuesday. We look forward to helping the Fresh fam start the next step on their journey into home ownership. If you have any questions you'd like to ask Andrew as well, head to fresh927.com.au. And if you're looking to buy a home but not sure where to start, check out their free online home buyer ready program, which has all the info you need at homestart.com.au. Cheers, mate.
Awesome.
Cheers.
Thanks. Good to be here, guys.
Are you a podcaster? Maybe you've got that big idea and you're looking for a network to join. The multi-award-winning Ozcast network can get your content to eyes and ears all over the world. Join now for the first month free, and you could be featuring this sound at the beginning of your podcast.
Ozcast.
Simply head to ozcastnetwork.com for details.